is it possible for women to have a good work-life balance? And how do you get this whole working and having children all together in one place? So let's talk about this in another one of my Musing While Driving series. This is Beate Gillette, founder and creator of the Women's Code. So I was a single mom and I raised my daughter entirely by myself. I made a big mistake by falling in love with the perfect man who only had two flaws, which is he was a pathological liar and an alcoholic. Sure know how to pick them, don't I? And then when I raised my daughter, I came up with this idea, that it just was crazy making. Something had to give, because how do you date? How do you have a relationship? How do you take care of your kid? How do you take care of yourself? How do you take care of your career? And I'm an entrepreneur on top of everything, so I ran my own business and still do to this day. So I was thinking about how do we figure out how to put it all together. And so I came up, when I sort of came out on the other side, with this concept that I call ego rhythm. In ego rhythm, I want you to imagine that life is like a loaf of bread, right? So when you go to a bakery and you smell that bread, like if you've ever been to Paris, that's kind of like how I tell the story. So if you've ever gone to Paris and you've seen the fresh baked bread come out and it smells so amazing, the big baguette, and you just want to take the whole thing and just shove it in your mouth, but you can't do that. I mean, you could, but that's not really very practical. So what you do is you take a piece and you eat it, and then you have another piece and you eat it later, and then you have another piece and you eat that later. And so ego rhythm, the concept of ego rhythm, is exactly like that. It says that life is like this loaf of bread, and then we take our bread knife and we cut it into slices. And so there's a slice for love, a slice for family, a slice for health, a slice for tragedy or unexpected stuff that is happening. And it will help you to really get your mindset a little bit around, can you have everything? Because I think that's what women like us, who want everything, wonder. It's like, is it possible to have everything? And my answer to that is a resounding yes. Yes, it is possible to have everything. The only thing you're going to have to get your head around is it's not all going to happen at the same time. Because if you try to eat several of these slices all at once, guess what's going to happen? You're choking. And the more you try to do all at the same time, the more difficult it is going to be. So I figured that if we were to be able to set a main focus that is based upon the one thing that's the most important, that is going on at the very, very exact time at this moment, then wouldn't that be so much less stressful if you could do that and knew that in the future there are other ego rhythms that you are going to experience, and that way you get to have it all as just one slice at a time instead of trying to cramp it all in together. So that's the big idea, one of the really big ideas of the Women's Code, and I wrote a book about it called Happy Woman, Happy World, because I wanted to share this information. Wow, look at this. It's like, suddenly the light came on. So I wanted to share this information and show you how I did it and how I come out on the other side, as I am now driving to my hair appointment in the middle of the day on a Thursday and taking care of myself, because that also is part of what we have to take care of as women. We have to make sure that when you schedule something, you put it in for yourself too. But that's a whole other story, and there will be another video about that shortly. So thanks for listening. If you want, you can go and take advantage of the balance training, because I did do, and it's just like a 10-15 minute training that's available for you if you choose to, because I'm going to show you exactly how to balance this in an actual schedule. And when you do it, you go like, wow, this is so simple. I'm amazed I didn't think about it myself. So that's it from me. This is Beate, the founder of the Women's Code. I hope this helped you a little bit. Please do add your comments and questions in the video and the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you. Goodbye.